So there's around 3 to 4 months left before I start moving. So I've been spending this month kind of planning and thinking about what type of things I want to bring over to the new apartment. And while I was doing that, I noticed that I had a lot of inventory left. So to make things a little easier when I need to move in the next few months, I decided to hold a big sale on my Etsy. That way you guys get to have some of my older artworks like stickers, enamel pins, notepads, and washi tape at a much cheaper price. And I get to free up some space in my inventory so I can create more stuff. I've been creating enamel pins and stickers for a couple of years now, so I did accumulate a lot of designs. And because of that, I feel like this is probably the biggest shop launch that I've ever held. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to share with you guys different ways or some tips on how I would organize and plan out a big shop launch. I personally haven't done massive shop launches before. I've only done like monthly or shop launches every second month, especially on my Etsy and Patreon. So this would be a little bit different, but I'd imagine it to be quite similar, but like in a bigger inventory scale. So I'm about to start counting these charms and wanted to share these cool little boxes. I have a couple of them because every single time I order enamel pins, my manufacturer packs them into these boxes for protection. Now I just use them as little drawers to store my pins. Oh yes, by the time this video is up, I'm pretty sure it's probably like 2 to 3 weeks into the sale. So I'm going to be holding the sale for around a month, maybe longer, depending on how much inventory I still have. So if you do see this video and want to check out any of the items, do check out my Etsy while the sale is still on. Okay, so the first thing that you need to make sure when you're preparing for a shop launch is to have your products and inventory in check. That means checking each and every single item and checking how much of each one you have. And you also should check like the quality. So basically what I do is I have A grade and B grade items. So A grade is like perfect condition, mint condition. And B grade or C grade would be like there's small little scratches or there's a misprint or something. So the grading system is completely up to you. All you need to do is to make sure that it's consistent and people know what you're talking about. So you can include this in the description of the item listing or even include photos of it. There's also a couple of tools that you can use to help keep track. So if you like doing it manually, you can have like a notepad or even like a Google Sheet or spreadsheet type of thing, and then you can just have the product name and then a tally next to it. Another way is you could also do it on Etsy or Shopify or any website that you're using and just have it for each product. So for the product listing, you'll be able to add the quantity and you just put it there. Inventory check is probably the most repetitive and easy one. Now let's move on to the next step. So after you've finished your inventory check, now you need to take photos of the product and list them on your website. This one's probably my favorite part of the whole process because I love taking photos of products and just playing around with lighting, product, composition, and all that kind of stuff. I do like to take my time with this, and I reckon you should too. Taking photos of a product is actually very important because it shows the person that's buying from you what type of product it is. So you can include a lot of detail, including things like different angles, what it's like when it's worn, what it's like when it's being used. All of those type of photos are very helpful when helping someone try to figure out if they want to buy this product or not. Do let me know if you want a proper tutorial on how I take product photos or social media photos, and I'll see what I can do. So now that you have your beautiful photos, the next step is to actually use them and market your shop launch. This part is also very fun and also very time consuming. So you could take more photos, you could also take some videos, make some announcement posters, anything you like. It completely depends on you and your brand. And just tell people. Tell people that you have a shop launch coming up or that it's going live in X amount of days, X amount of time. And that's pretty much it. Make sure to let people know that you're having a shop launch. And remember to constantly remind them. And after you've done all of that, it's pretty much time for the shop launch. During this time, it can be very, very exciting, and I am super duper proud of you if you've made it this far and tried out launching your own shop. So here's a quick look at my Etsy inventory page. So right now you can see that I have all of my listings live and I've finished counting all of the inventory for each item. So once that is all ready, now I actually set up the sale. So as you can see here, I just launched the sale, which is super duper exciting. So I didn't have too much time to film the footage of like me counting the acrylic charms and like extra bits and bobs here. So I'm just going to quickly show you some of the other items and how I store them. So here I've got some charms and these washi tape that I created a few months ago. And these little enamel pins, which it's been super duper nostalgic just looking through every single design that I've done over the last few years. And while I was looking through each piece, it was actually quite reassuring and it was quite a wholesome moment because basically it was like me looking through the ups and downs, thinking back to the successes and also to all of the challenges that I had to go through for each piece. It was also really sweet because each piece had like a special meaning each time I tried to design it. For example, for my seasonal collection, it was actually the first time I did a collection for my Patreon. So what happened was every single month I would do a different season and I thought that was super duper cute. And that was actually my most successful Patreon months. Just thinking back, like everyone was super duper supportive and super excited for all of the different seasons and that was super duper fun. Okay, we're at the end of the video now. I honestly can just keep rambling and just talking about nostalgic moments, but I think I'll just let you go for now and not make this video too long. So thank you for popping by and I do hope that these little steps helped you along your way of launching your first shop launch. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!